statement has been quite carefully crafted. It talks about the evidence base of psychology, and I think in terms of what we do in terms of public influencing, that's really important. It also makes the point that we're here not just for individuals, for those of us who work individually, clinically with people, but also for communities and wider society. And I think that's a very important bedrock for why we're here as an organisation, that we have that kind of depth and reach. We've called it Building for the Future, so a view from the architects. We're some of the architects up here. We've got actually some more of the architects down in the front row in terms of our senior staff team. I've just talked a bit about what we're here for. Very important as well to situate ourselves, I think, in our context in Europe and internationally, so we'd like to say something about that to you. Something about how we get our message across, not just to the membership in forums like this, but also much more widely in terms of our political influencing and what we do. Do we have a culture that is transparent, that feels inclusive? Do members feel responded to? Do members of the public feel responded to in everything we do? So there's quite a lot of work that Saab is going to be leading around culture and our values in terms of making those real and tangible to our membership.
And a fresh perspective. My background, however, is in leading membership organisations, and I've done that across a number of sectors, taking them on a journey of change or raising their profile or increasing their impact. So I've worked for membership bodies in the legal services sector, the financial services sector, and more recently in the energy sector, particularly with gas and engineering. So if you want to ask me about intelligent pigging, now's the chance to do it. Now, and I think what excites me about working in membership bodies is the opportunity to work with experts and leaders in their fields and translating that knowledge and expertise into tangible actions that have a positive impact. That's what gets me up in the morning. I think we talk a lot about understanding members and what their needs are and how we need to respond to them. And I think the best way to do that is to try and disaggregate the membership. And I'll put that in plain, simple English. Simply put, a professor working in a psychology department is going to want something very different from BPS than a student who's just embarked on their first degree. We need to try and understand that, and we need to try and provide that benefit to those particular groups. And that's a priority for us as well. The third D is around digitisation. I want our organisations to be more nimble, more flexible, more responsive. And one easy way to do that is by starting to engage digitally. But interestingly, this afternoon I just had a conversation with some of the branch chairs, and they're all crying out for a simple process. So this digitisation is all about simplifying our processes as well, so that you guys can use it in order to drive forward the work that you do.
One of the pieces of work that we've been very engaged with doing, and that's going to be, that started and going forwards will increase in momentum, is a change in emphasis in the way that the society is governed and the way that the society is actually led. And the emphasis is going to move away from the Board of Trustees, and it's going to go where it should be, to the Chief Executive and to the senior management group. So Nicola mentioned that really as a Board of Trustees what we should be doing is that we should be looking at strategy, we should be looking at governance, and we should be looking at risk. And that's quite right, because those are the roles of a Board of Trustees under the Charity Commissioner's requirements of us. There's a hugely varying difference in fee arrangements between England and the devolved nations, but particularly in England this last year has been an annus horribilis, I think, in terms of thinking about what's university for, why do people go there, what do they get out of it, and does it provide value for money? And at the moment, well, relatively recently, the government launched a post-18 funding and education review. And in fact, the consultation for that closed on the 30th. It closed 2 days ago.